Welcome to day 480 of the F100 day challenge. I know, it's comical. But hey, broke it loose from the concrete, so that's a win. God, I love this truck. I don't know why I have this much motivation to work on it, but I do. It's broken loose from its spot because it is going on the trailer, and it's going to get some work done to it. So Cam is going to get it into his shop and do a lot of little stuff. So, and the Roadrunner's coming over here for, well, by the time when he gets out of here in less than a month to go to Louisville, it's going to look a lot like this truck. That's just a hint. All right, let's get this thing over to Cam's. Maybe seeing some work get done to it will motivate me to want to get it going. So the new goal is set for it to hopefully make it into the front yard for the fall front yard nationals, which is the only front yard nationals this year. Looking for October, probably mid-October. We haven't set the date yet, but it looks like our front yard nationals right out there will be in October. So let's get this thing on the trailer and get something going. Well, we're loaded and ready to roll. This is the first time this truck has seen daylight outside the shop. Love the way it sits. Not a huge fan of that grill, the 7 and 8 grill. Not sure that that's what I'll keep. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's get it over to Cam's.
That is sexy. Even without caps. It's just right. Anyway, I noticed in the last hindsight video, somebody asked about a F100 update. And since Kevin really doesn't have a lot to say about that at this moment, my turn. So first things first, we needed to correct a attitude issue the truck had. So we're working on a really decent Carolina squat for it. And then we're going to do some under lighting on the truck. And we're going to do a bunch of like 90s stripes. And yeah, I'm just kidding you. We're doing some stuff on Kevin's truck. We're going to make it run. Actually, it ran. So that's not fair. But after I got it, it's here to make it run and drive, and we slapped a bunch of stuff in it. I mentioned that earlier, that it'll start, it'll run. I don't like it. I don't like any of this stuff. It looks cobbled. So we're going to change some of that, starting with this guy here. I don't like where it's sitting. The wiring would be covered, but eventually it's just going to be loomed, and that's going to look, I don't know. I just don't like it. We have an air cleaner issue that we need to deal with, placement, and it's kind of pointing towards the area that we kind of need. So I think we're just going to work on making this less obnoxious and try and minimize its presence as best we can. I can't get rid of it completely. It's got to stay there. unless I want to do a ton of wiring. And then there's just a lot of opportunity for screw ups there that I really don't want to risk because I'm not perfect. And it ran, so why mess with a good thing? So we're going to try and resituate this to where it's a little less obvious. And I'd really love to hide this obnoxious wiring. I think we're going to try that. Might find a place underneath it, I don't know. And we're going to start there. Also, we're going to need to take fuel out of it because I don't know how old the fuel in it is, and start working on getting it to run well. So off we go. So I think this is better. There's a ECU down in there that you can kind of see that we're going to have to box and seal up. But I tried to use as much of the original stuff as I could and not cut into the wiring, including using the original air cleaner setup, which looks like it might actually work. I'm going to leave this section here. Obviously, somebody's going to have to cut some holes, and it ain't going to be me. So we'll leave that to the body man owner. But this will do for now. This is pretty much what I thought it would be. And it's hiding most of the wiring under that box, or at least a lot of it. I think if we dropped it down some, we might even get away with even more of that to where it's not so freaking obvious, because that wiring's ugly. I'm not going to get away with moving off of the core support like I wanted to, but I think we can hide it reasonably. There's some of the factory wiring that apparently went across there anyway, so I don't know that that's too troubling, but we'll see. We'll see. So I think we're gonna back off of this part of it for now and go back at getting it running. Next step is to fix the fuel tank issue that is just band-aided to keep it from stinking, but that's got some pretty old fuel in it. And yeah, that's painter's tape. So we're gonna fix that. Kevin brought me some pieces, and we're gonna put a filler nozzle on it for now, just to allow us to cap it off and keep the stink to a minimum. And then we're gonna start troubleshooting some things to get it to run, or see what the issue is. Kevin says it runs rough, and who knows what that is. That could be a vacuum leak, or that could be a wire. So I wanted to finish that stuff first, and it's time to move on. Battery's in. I've been, what's the word? Just investigating, looking, trying to figure out what it is that we might have overlooked. Kevin says it runs, but it stumbles off throttle. So we've done a little investigation. I've done some, I found several vacuum leaks, which I think is fairly common for a vehicle of this age. And it doesn't have a lot of vacuum stuff in it, but I can see, I found a couple pretty obvious ones. So maybe that's contributing. And I emptied the fuel that was in it and replaced it with fresh fuel. So maybe that'll have something to do with it as well. So I'm gonna back off here, set you up in a different spot, and just roll the bones and see if we can get a decent cold start out of it and a decent behavior, and see if we can get it to do some of the things Kevin was saying it was going to do, at least, or maybe record them. Or if it's not doing that, then maybe you'll record a happy dance. I don't know. Anyway, we'll reset and we'll give it a shot. Game on. Wish us luck. Or at least no fires. Neutral. Key, no smoke. I hear fuel pump. I hear a little misfire. It's kind of hard to tell because it's like almost straight pipe. But the off-idle stumble appears to be gone. That's real smooth. So I'm not mad at that. That seems okay. I don't see sparks, leaks, smoke. I don't know. This looks all right. Interesting. That might be a win. Okay, let's try it in a different way. Neutral.